Thank you, Aaron, for the kind words, and also thank you for publishing this and for putting together this event. And I mean, Broken Sleep has just been an amazing press. The amount of incredible books that you folks put out every month is absolutely insane. So just like, thank you for doing that. And thank you also to the other writers too, who are here presenting their fabulous work. So I'm going to read some poems from Your Human Shape. As Aaron alluded to, it's a book that's kind of in conversation with the Lesser Key of Solomon, which is a 17th century spell book that's basically an instruction manual for summoning different demons. So each poem is kind of in conversation with one of those demons. So let's dive in. The first one is called An Hurtful Angel. How long have we stood in line for this peep show? In a wasteland of ecstasy, each tepid atom in its cocoon of self-love. Mutated fruit flies with eyes for legs, rows and rows of clean unopened boxes on the shelves, a truly inspired use of sacred geometry. The floor plan channels all psychic energy through the cash register. How to keep a people hungry and hidebound. Cross-legged at the center, emitting a low and steady ohm, is a pig in his tie and tails. Dire straits direct the eye and the ear toward the public square. You cannot turn a poem into a protest. All differences are reconciled through body language. People keep climbing the stairs, but at the top, a man shoves them back down. The papers treat it like a fall. Think reaching for that baddest apple. Think Old Scratch, who ultimately lost his privileges because he demanded a little more slop for the cosmic dog bowl. Solidarity means you get one and you get one. Who is the slayer of your gods but a god? Kingdoms are their own despoilers. This next one is called Ghost Opening Its Shirt. Would you do me a kindness and quit dying on the internet in front of me? I am petitioning the gods I believe in. Ghost ex machina, ghost opening its shirt as a metaphor for power, 550 Tiffany lamps that shatter into the stupid night. Inheritance powder was a euphemism for poison in 17th century France. Now when grandpa dies, two people arrive in trench coats to shower you with medical debt. We cannot be too careful in our choice, for it determines the body we inhabit. Paperwork like cherry blossom petals raining over a cinematically recreated cobblestone street. I am so thankful to be alive in the US of A, where our souls have access to vast lines of credit taken out in our children's names. Still, the committee keeps deciding not to grant an award this year. All that work for nothing. Well, yes, and is the key to good improv, you know? The next one is called Always a Tank, and it was actually the first poem that I wrote for this series. We saw the total television assimilate each of us into its tricky tissue. Our simulacra must involve a certain amount of corpse. The only legitimate descent regards the minimum non-zero number. One neon face said, there is a tank pressing down on a globe-spanning chest. There is always a tank and often tank enough. Option 1, nightmare legion of blood eaters on the dole. Option 2, an orderly procession of full plates around the smithereen dinner table. Option 3, make a throne of the tank and corpses. Option 4, doves are considered property and thus thievable by all the usual means. Iron and fire could not refrain from accomplishing our will. This one is called Big Holler in Megiddo's Direction. Bird is a grief in a black ribbon necktie. It wants to suck the meat out of their many genders and their ways of loving and fucking. The way I want to suck rifles out of the exit, can you ever feel bad enough to stop posting video talismans? A perfect yoga posture could save this world or put a body to this viol. How dare you align yourselves with the blueness of the sky and the blueness of trouble music? A priest sees a way in all of this to build a new guitar factory, to line it with black sandbags. But there is something beyond our immediate humanity. All this devil talk points to a big wet button we push to get free. There is no effect which is truly and necessarily miraculous, in terms of what can be sung, in terms of what cannot. And this last one is called Agency Report, an evaluation of Paimon's claims concerning the origins of the earth. It might use a little context. Throughout the book, there are a few poems that I call agency reports that I imagine being the kind of emanations of a fictional federal US government agency investigating the supernatural. I think I was watching a lot of X-Files when I wrote them. So, you know, imagine like Fox Mulder, but dumber. And Paimon is one of the spirits in the key. So context. Having made very little progress in deciphering the true nature of reality, the Department for Research of Ontological and Societal Structures, aka DROS, filed a petition, filing date 10/3/2016, with the Governing Executive Inquisitors Syndical Trust, aka Geist, for permission to conjure Goetic Spirit number 9/Goetic King number 2 Paimon, requested conjuration date 11/1/2016. As of 10/31/2016, DROS had not yet received a response to its petition. Footnote. While Geist's silence on the matter was initially attributed to bureaucratic sluggishness, it has since come to light that Geist never received Dross's petition because Geist itself cannot be located. Investigations into Geist's whereabouts are ongoing. Investigations are also slow-going as agency personnel, when interviewed on the matter, respond with lengthy and, for the record, sophomoric soliloquies regarding the nature of, quote, spirit as an abstract concept. Memos urging agency personnel to take the question literally have been ineffective. So as not to miss 11/1/2016's auspicious lunar aspect, Dross's leadership committee decided to summon Paimon regardless. Successful conjuration occurred at 3 p.m. EDT on 11/1/2016 in the staff kitchen. Footnote, Dross has been formally disciplined for this health code violation. Dross reports following the conjuration ritual according to SOP as outlined in the lesser key, with no planned modifications or extemporaneous alterations. Dross reports that Paimon appeared in the form of a semi-opaque white mist. His attendants, Goetic subspirits numbers 1 and 2, Labal and Abalim, appeared in the form of 2 solid gold but mobile capuchin monkeys. Dross reports they remained silent for the duration of the conversation. Claim 1. It's a joke, actually, and it's still being told. We're posted up around some Goetic punch bowl when one of the higher orders, I can't remember who, asks, what do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhinoceros? Pause. Elefino, the earth spontaneously emerged from the enunciation of the punchline, and as soon as this guy is done saying it, it's over. Evaluation. While the epistemic slipperiness of a joke does seem appropriate to our cosmic situation, this particular joke presents a problematic origin in that it presupposes the existence of elephants and rhinoceroses, which, as far as the agency can tell, didn't come into being until the earth itself came along. Claim number 2. Out of the punch bowl, actually, not the joke, my mistake. The joke is a different thing entirely. One of the higher orders, again, can't remember which one, they all sort of blur together and might actually all be the same guy, reaches his hand in, prestidigitates a little, and brings this tiny ball of order out of the vast chaotic abyss. Evaluation. Given the irrationality of our governing structures, both physical and meta, one wonders how this world could possibly be considered a, quote, tiny ball of order. One could make the free will argument, but by virtue of the transitive property, the constituents of the overarching order should themselves be orderly. Claim number 3. Sorry, it wasn't the guy. It was a small clay person whom the guy made prior to the party. The guy says, watch this, and sets the clay person to swimming around in the punch bowl. The clay person dives down to the bottom of the bowl and surfaces a little later with some undissolved punch mix particles in her hands. She does this over and over again until she has this huge mound of punch mix particles, which she proceeds to form into habitable land. Evaluation. If one of us made the earth, our preposterous condition would be an appropriate outcome. Pessimistically, this would also mean it's all our fault. Optimistically, this would mean the state of affairs is revocable. Claim 4. That all happened, but it was all just the lead up. Some of the other higher orders got sick of this one guy monopolizing the conversation with all his party tricks. An altercation arose, a physical one. They hacked the guy to pieces. They threw the guy's head into the sky where it became the moon. His heart became the sun. His bones became people. His brains the earth, and so on and so forth. Evaluation. Millennia of human existence do suggest that borderline miraculous things often happen under extreme duress. Thanks everybody for being here. Thank you to the other writers. I hope you enjoyed it.